Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're okay. Wait. Come on. I hope you're okay. I hope that you are been enjoying this class. This is a class that I have been enjoying a lot because it's been a while since I don't do anything like this with you. So let's continue. This is a very interesting story. I really want to know how Mr. Lemoncello. I know how Mr. Lemoncello looks like, because they're telling us there that Mr. Lemoncello is gonna be the one that is gonna speak, that is gonna say the names of the winners. But yeah, someone heard a burp. Sorry, sorry, a burp. That's a burp, and a squeaky toy. Okay, so let's continue. Remember that we just changed day. Today is Wednesday. Yep, today is Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we are going to start by page 36. Page 36. Okay, remember that we're taking notes, important facts. So we're going to write in there, page 36. We're not going to write the date every time because it's going to be a continuous thing. So I'm just going to start writing. Obviously, this is a white paper, but you should do it in your notebook. I just make it really big so you can see it. Let's continue. Page 36, chapter 8. So we have to write in there, chapter 8. Okay. Over on the side of the stage, a shoe that looked like a peeled open banana appeared from behind a curtain. I guess that it was very white. When it landed, the shoe burp squeaked. So the shoes were making noises. As a second banana shoe burp squeaked into the floor, Kyle looked up, and there he was, Mr. Lemoncello. He had loose and floppy limbs and was dressed in a three-piece black suit with a bright red tie. His black broad-brimmed hat was cocked at a crooked angle top. His curly white hair. Jesus, this is a very strange description. Kyle was so close he could see a slight twinkle sparkling in Mr. Lemoncello's cold black eyes. So we are going to write a description of him. So we are going to write in here, Mr. Lemoncello had bright, squeaky. How you write squeaky? Squeaky banana shoes, black suit. A black suit is like a formal attire. Red tie, a crooked hat. For example, you usually use a hat like this to the front, but his was crooked to the side. White curly hair and black eyes. They don't really describe if he's really skinny or really fat. They say there that he has loose and floppy limbs. So maybe he's really skinny, but I don't really know. So we're going to leave it in there, okay? Let's continue. Treading very carefully, Mr. Lemoncello walked toward the podium. The burp squeak in his shoes seemed to change pitch depending on how hard he landed on his heels. He added a couple of little jig steps, a quick hop and a stutter step skip, and yes, his shoes were squeaking a song. I don't know the song pop that goes the whistle, but I guess that I can play it for you in a video. Oh, the pop! Mr. Lemoncello popped behind the podium. The crowd went wild. Mr. Lemoncello politely bowed and said softly, thank you, grazie, grazie. Grazie? I think he's Italian, I think. Okay, so we are gonna write in there. Okay, we're gonna write in there, page 36. He walked to the podium in a funny way. Okay? I guess that he's Italian if he's saying grazie. So we have in the page 36, he walked to the podium. He walked to the podium in a funny way. So we have the first part of the description, so we can write in there. Page 36, chapter 8. Mr. Lemoncello had bright, squeaky banana shoes, black suit, a red tie, a croquet hat to the side, white curly hair, and black eyes. And later we write, he walked to the podium in a funny way. Remember that you don't have to write specifically everything that I write. You can add a little and you can take a tiny bit of it, giving it your own personality to the phrase, but you should be summarizing everything that we're saying, okay? Let's continue. Page 37. So we're gonna write in there, page 37. Remember that if you don't understand what I'm saying, or if you need to read what I'm saying, there's a CC stuff in there for closed captions or subtitles that you can find. He bent forward so his mouth was maybe an inch away from the microphone. Buongiorno, boys and girls. He spoke, timidly. Buongiorno, boys and girls. He spoke with very timidly, very slowly. This is how my mama and my papa teach me speak the English. That's very weird. He wiggled his ears. Look at my ear. It moves. He wiggled his ears, straightened his back. But then he said in a crisp, clear voice, I went to the Alexandriaville Public Library, where a wonderful librarian named Miss Gale Tobin helped me to learn how to speak like this. If two witches were watching two watches, which witch would watch which watch? I can also speak while upside down and underwater, but not today, because I just had this suit dry clean and do not want to get it wet. Mr. Lemoncello bounced across the stage like a happy grasshopper. So we're going to write in there for page 37, Mr. Lemoncello, I'm going to assume he's Italian, is not from the US, okay? And he didn't speak very well English when he was young, but the librarian, and let's write her name, Mrs. Gale Tobin, Mrs. Gale Tobin, on Alexandria Bill old library taught him correct English. Okay, so this is what this is a long description, but these are very important things. So we have in here all of these paragraphs is what I'm gonna read for you, okay? So page 37, Mr. Lemoncello is not from the US and he didn't speak very well English. Mr. Lemoncello is not from the US and he didn't speak very well English when he was young or when he was a kid. But then the librarian, Mrs. Gale Tobin, you can see it in page 37, the name, on Alexandriaville old library taught him correct English. Okay, so far this is very important because in the exam I can tell you what inspired Mr. Lemoncello to open a library, and we can say he was inspired because it's in that library that he learned how to speak English. Let's continue reading. Now then, children, if may I call you that, which I must because I have not yet memorized all of your names, even though I am working on it, what do you think is the most amazingly incredible thing you'll find inside your wondrous new library? Besides, of course, all the knowledge you need to do anything and everything you ever want or need to do. No one said anything. They were too mesmerized by Mr. Lemoncello's rat-a-tat words. Would it be robots silently whizzing the way through the library, restocking the shelves? Or B, the electronic learning center with 3 dozen plasma screens, TVs all connected to flight simulators and educational video games? Or C, the Wonder Dome, lined with 10 giant video screens? It can make the whole building feel like a rocket ship blasting off into outer space. The game room! Someone shouted. The robots! The video dome! Mr. Lemoncello raced back to the podium and made a buzzing noise into the microphone. Sorry, the correct answer is, and not just because of Winn-Dixie, D, all of the above. Now, Winn-Dixie, just because of Winn-Dixie is the name of a book. A very boring book, I don't like it. But don't take my word for it. It's about dogs, and if you like dogs, then you're more than welcome to read it. I think that some people that I know read it, and if you listen to me, miss, I'm sorry, I just didn't like it, but it's a very interesting book for someone that likes pets. Okay, so in there for page 37, we are going to write Mr. Lemoncello said the most amazing thing in the library is everything. And then we're gonna write it. The robots, the plasmas, the dome. Okay, so he was just saying that in his library there's not one thing that is amazing, because everything is amazing. So as you can see in there, I wrote the last important fact in my page in here, and it says, page 37, Mr. Lemoncello said the most amazing thing in the library is everything. The robots, the plasmas, and the dome. Okay, so I think that I have one more part of the, I have a whole another page. Wait, and then a whole another page. I'm gonna read this, and then we're gonna make, okay, so I have this, and then I get another page. Okay, and then we continue in page 38. Okay, page 38. Okay, so we're gonna start another page. If you have your notebook, you just continue on it. Okay, the crowd, page 38, went wild. Mr. Lemoncello whirled around to face his head librarian. Dr. Sinchenko, will you kindly help me pass out our first 12 library cards? It was time to announce the essay contest winners. Dr. Sinchenko placed a stack of 12 shiny cards on the podium in front of Mr. Lemoncello. Please, he said, as I call your name, come join me on stage. The first winner, Miguel Fernandez. Yes! Miguel jumped up out of his seat. Akimi Hughes. Woo! Kyle was thrilled to see his two friends be the first ones called to stage. Andrew Peckelman, Bridget Weich, Sierra Russell, Jasmine Smith-Snyder, Jasmine squealed when her name was called. Squeak. Sean Keegan, Haley Daly, Roseburg Meat, and Kayla Corson. 10 kids all the same age as Kyle were up on stage with his idol. Mr. Lemoncello was not. Only 2 more Oh, sorry, with his idol, Mr. Lemoncello. He was not, means Kyle. Only two more chances. As if reading his mind, Mr. Lemoncello said, only two more. And tapped a pair of library cards on the podium. Charles Chiltington. I don't like it. Gosh, really? He dashed up to the podium and started pumping Mr. Lemoncello's hand. Thank you, sir. This is such an honor. Truly, I mean that. Of course, sir, but I cannot wait to spend the night in our... oh, wait. Thank you, Charles. May I have my hand back? I needed to flip over this final card. Of course, sir, but I cannot wait to spend the night in your library, or, as I like to call it, your Athenaeum, because, as I said in my essay, when you open a book, you open your mind. Finally, Charles, the brown-noser, let go of Mr. Lemoncello's hand and went over to line up with the other winners. At last, but not least, said Mr. Lemoncello, Kyle Keeley. Yeah! Kyle could not believe his ears. He thought he was dreaming, but then Akimi started waving for him to come up. Okay, so before we continue, I got excited. We don't have to write all the names of the winners, just the most important winners. So we are going to write in there, Mr. Lemoncello called the winners, okay, and amongst them was Akimi, Miguel, Charles, I don't like Charles, and Kyle Keeley. So proud of him, so happy. I'm pretty sure that he was mega excited to be included on the list again. Very big so you can see it, but I'm not really, I try to read like this, but I can't, so I'm gonna read it for you again. So copy if you didn't copy the first time. Mr. Lemoncello called the winners, and amongst them was Akimi, Miguel, Charles, and Kyle Keeley. Very exciting. Kyle could not believe his ears. He thought he was dreaming. Oh, yeah, we read that. But then Akimi started waving for him to come on up. Page 39. Dazed, Kyle made his way up the steps to join the others on stage. Mr. Lemoncello handed Kyle a library card. His name and the number 12 were printed on the front. 2 book covers, I Love You, Stinky Face, and The Napping House were on the back. Let's all pose for a picture, please, said the principal. When everybody moved into position for the photographer, Kyle found himself standing right next to Mr. Lemoncello. He swallowed hard. I'm a big fan, sir, he said, his voice kind of shaky. Why, thank you, and remind me, you are? Kyle, sir, Kyle Keeley. Oh yes, the boy who proved what I've always known to be true. The game is never over until it's over. Bong. Because he was telling Kyle that he got the email and he replied to him with a bong, like, I'm not gonna give you the answer. He was just fooling him around. He really liked the essay, so he was letting him go. So we are gonna write in there for page 39. Page 39, Kyle was number 12 and Mr. Lemoncello was joking with the bang. So you should remember that he was pretty disappointed that he didn't get the answer that he wanted. Remember? So I'm going to try. Kyle was number 12 and it looks like add, no end. And Mr. Lemoncello was joking with the bang because he told them the game is never over till it's over. Bang. So we can see that Mr. Lemoncello is a very fun guy, and we can see also how we can take notes on something that we're reading. So for an example, from page 38, we took a lot of information, but from page 39, we didn't really take a lot of information, only a small paragraph, a small sentence. So tomorrow we'll continue with page 40. Yeah? Yeah? Wait, yeah. Wait, no? Oh, no. No, we don't. Grammar, reading. Okay, no. So tomorrow I won't see you. So get this ready for Friday because you're going to have to send them on Friday. And I hope that you had fun. As much as you were copying with me, you don't have to stay. But if you didn't copy with me, rewind the video, take the notes on what we're reading, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Take your notes. I need them by Friday.